Good morning. This is Kat with Kat's Home Chat. And if you're scrolling, stop, especially if you have struggled with finding your personal style. My guest this morning is a personal stylist, Miss Jada Clark, and she's going to share with us three topics I thought was really, really incredible. And I'm curious to find out. We didn't have a lot of time to do pre-show chat, so this is going to be new information for me. Number one, how to find your personal style. She's going to give you some tips on how to narrow that down. We have so many choices these days, whether it's interior styling or personal styling, and it can be overwhelming. Number two, shapewear and the magic of shapewear. I'm interested to hear about that. There's so many options out there as well, and what to pick. And lastly, close to my heart, because I used to have a vintage clothing thrift and gift shop many years ago in Southern California, and that is vintage finds and how to use them and integrate them into your today clothing for fun and flair. So I'm excited to chat about that. Without further ado, welcome, Jada. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much. I know you're at the back of your salon. Jada also, when she's not a personal stylist, well, she's personal styling hair, and I go to her to the Blow Bar. Let's give Blow Bar a shout out there in the Woodlands. And she does an incredible job. And I'm due for a session, Miss Jada. But welcome, and tell us a little bit about how you got into personal styling. Obviously, it's a passion for you.
Actually, I grew up on the show That's So Raven, and I thought
you grew up on what?
That's So Raven, the show on Disney.
Oh, okay.
And I always thought it was cool that she made her own clothes. So I got to high school, I took fashion design, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it.
Really?
Machine. Sewing is so tedious. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of numbers and math, and it just wasn't for me. But I like dressing up, and people always told me my outfit was cute. My outfit was cute, and I got into maybe I could just dress people. And then from there, I went to college, and I used to intern in the city in New York and dress models for special occasions and music videos. And I truly fell in love with making people feel good. But everybody, you don't have to be a twig, a model, or a superstar. Everyone can look and feel their best. And when you look good, you feel good.
I love that. And, and that relates to, I find, I think I shared with you, I was a personal shopper many eons ago, and in another lifetime, I started off as a personal shopper. And I equate really fashion and dressing, like you said, there's no really perfect body. Well, maybe there's a few out there, but most of us don't have perfect bodies, and there's no perfect houses. And I so always, am always seeing the parallel in accentuating the positive, eliminating the negative, and making the best of what you have, your God-given features. So I love that how you really gravitated towards that. Fashion correction. I call it staging or design correction, because there is, what I call perfection and imperfection. There's perfection and imperfection.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. So you did music videos. Did you enjoy that? How was that different than?
I do still like doing creative things like that, because I can go crazy and put people in wild tutus, crazy colors, and be more creative. Sure. It's a lot of hard work though, working with a team and making sure everybody's on the same page visually. But It's really, really fun, but it's really fast. It's not planned out for months. It's kind of just like a theme. We need it now. So with finding the clothes, you have it in 3 days, and it's just not just the star, it's the extras. So it's a really fast-paced, intense situation. But with personal styling, I like the one-on-one, the communication, and the uplifting. I give someone
you get to build a relationship.
Yes, yeah. I'm like a little life coach too. You got it, girl. You look good. Don't let nobody tell you different. You look amazing, And then with doing music video stuff, it's now. And you don't even realize you're doing it until after it's done. I was like, oh, I did do that. Yes.
So you just have to take your talent and and that's similar to when we stage. We make it within 72 hours. We can go in, do a preview, do a color palette, shop from the warehouse, install it, have a team, bam, it's done.
Yeah.
So it's instant, kind of very quick gratification, but not that long term where, like with my design clients, I'm uncovering, how do you want to live? How do you want to feel? What do you think?
Exactly.
You know,
The connection
yes,
is better. Yeah.
lots of communication to make sure that you're helping your client express their, their joy and how they want to feel, look, in your case, etc. Awesome. We obviously have a passion for it. Let's talk about. We'll narrow it down to three. What are three kind of main tips or tricks that you would share with our audience on someone who wants to find what their personal style is? They have no idea what it is. They just buy stuff they like, kind of like when they buy or get stuff in their home, and then when they have a hodgepodge of stuff, they don't really, know.
Exactly. First, that's the biggest mistake. You just buy what looks good, sits there, you never wear it. So first of all, you want to pay attention to things you actually do wear. What do you put on? What feels good on your body? What colors do you normally gravitate to? What's the stuff that just stay in the closet? It's cute, but you never wear it. It could be cute, but it could be cute for someone else, not you. You can admire something, but never wear it. So you want to start there. Go in your closet. What do you always wear? And then from there, say cotton and linen is your thing because it feels comfortable. From there, you could look at colors. Do you like bright colors? Do you like cool colors? Do you like warm tones? From there, you choose the colors you like in cotton and linen. Now, so
let's talk about. I'm going to intercede here a little bit about color because back in the day, they did the whole, and when I was studying color and design in college, they did the whole skin thing, like on the winter. They do the winter, summer. So do you do that just in another flavor? I mean, I would think sometimes clients are wearing the wrong color or actually the wrong shade because it comes down to the wrong shade. So how do you help them with that?
So that's part of color theory. That is one of the steps in my service. Once I go to your home and we're cleaning out your closet or looking into what you wear, what you don't wear, I also have a process where I take measurements. I have this cool little funky color wheel, and I should put them up to your skin. And then from there, we'll learn what colors work best for you. So when you go shopping now, you can eliminate all the noise and focus on what you like.
I like that. Eliminate the noise and have a plan, have a plan instead of just randomly things that catch your eye. Now you've got a plan. What colors, that you should wear, etc.
Exactly.
So the first thing is, just see, what am I comfortable? What am I wearing? Now, if you're wearing sweatpants all the time because you're still under the COVID conundrum, maybe you want to rethink that. But do think about, what do I, like I finally narrowed it down. When I used to work in a model home, I dressed in, kind of business casual clothes, cute clothes also all the time, but I changed up with color and this and that. Now I find that when I do design consultations, I'm always wearing black. Mm-hmm. Sometimes black and white, but neutrals. Yes. Much more neutral because I don't want to clash with any color scheme they have going on.
Exactly.
So I'll pump it up with a pop of shoe, a shoe or a burnt orange shoe or bag or something, but I try to keep myself neutral, except for, maybe some earrings or an accessory. Yeah.
And since you have the whole neutral color scheme in your closet, it's easy to pick this top, this pants go together no matter what.
Yes.
This blouse, this skirt go together no matter what. Once your color scheme in your closet is set, for everything start matching everything, you can start pairing differently. It's all about styling, not necessarily a wide assortment of what you have. It's how can I wear this top 15 times, 15 different, and nobody will realize it. So we want to focus on pieces that you will actually wear more than once.
And again, that is very close to staging. When I first started, I had, because I love color, which is why I have 3 color certifications, I had an eggplant couch, which I used 3 or 4 times, and then I had to sell it. I had a red linen Chesterfield, gorgeous, especially with black. But, you're going to remember that if you use it more than once or twice. So I quickly had to move that out of my furniture wardrobe, if you will, and go with the basics. And now I have, probably 4,000 pillows, or what I call movable color. And with styling, of course, it would be those accessories and those other things that are going to go with all the neutrals that you've got in your closet.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So
Yes.
what's another tip besides, first kind of determining what are you gravitating to? Because that's kind of your instinct. Even if you don't know the theory behind color, you're going to look in the mirror, you're going to get compliments, and you're going to have a sense, excuse me, of what looks good on you. And if it looks good on you, you're going to feel good in it. So once you do that, and then, find out your color palette, what is a third tip that you would share with our audience?
Okay, so once you find your color, you find your fabric, now you want to focus on silhouette.
Oh, so what is silhouette?
That is the body of the garment. Do you like fitted stuff? Do you like stuff that flare out? Do you like showing a little skin and having cutouts? Do you like fit to flare? So that's the third element of finding also your style and what you like to. And then from there, you can start layering and pairing.
So that's where the science and your expertise, I would think, comes to play. Because, I realized, I've always liked, because I've always been in the corporate world before I got into real estate and design and staging. And so a lot of blazers. And I just realized, doing research that they're not very flattering, especially for an ample busted woman. They just are very boxy. And
Yes,
so when I put on still a jacket, because I'm a jacket gal, I
Yes.
put on one button, a game changer. Now I've got a waist. I don't look like I'm just,
right.
So I imagine that's where your expertise comes in and is
Yes.
in studying the body shapes to say, I know you have a lot like this, but that's probably not the most flattering for your body type.
Yes, and that's another part of my service is where I show you on a platform your body shape in a figure, and then I will show lines that connect how to dress yourself and how to put everything where it needs to be.
Nice. Love it, love it, love it. Those are excellent, and I'm sure we could talk for the next hour on just those things. And we're going to give Ms. Jada's information at the end of the show here for anyone who would like to find out more about her services. But let's jump into our second topic, and that is the magic of shapewear.
Yes, shapewear. Always.
So what are your tips on that?
So shapewear actually comes from I want to say 14th century. Don't quote me on that.
Right. With the corsets.
They took hours to get ready, about 3 hours every day, shaping their bodies and putting on, they would call them a puff. This thing they would tie around their back and then put a dress over to give that hump shape.
The backside. And,
exactly.
some women, even as late as the 40s, some actresses would have their last rib removed.
Exactly.
So their waist would be like 18 inches.
Very snatched waist.
Right? Freaky.
They would put a shark bone in their corsets that made them stand up straight and just give off this figure. They would walk super, super slow because they would have all these garments layered on top of them just to give this silhouette and this shape.
Wow.
And that was for every working class. So that was, the queens, that was the Duke, the Duchess, that was the working class. It was everyone.
So everybody.
Part of everyday life.
Wow.
Exactly.
I see some old movies, I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. Who came up with that?
Somebody that said I want to look snatched all the time.
So what's that?
So I feel like today it's been, pushed aside. I think it's in the eyes only saying if I'm full figure, I need shapewear. No, everyone is using shapewear.
Okay, that's a good point to make. So this is not just for those of us who are a little ample and want to nip and tuck things a little bit. And why is that? Like even someone as slim as you would use shapewear?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, this is corsetry right now. This time.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that's actually an example.
Yeah, and it is giving, because it gets to the point where it's not so much your body, it's the eye from the opposite individual. So with how they see it. So
Yes.
it's basically reforming you. I could be like this small, but it's forming this figure on me when I don't necessarily go in like that. So
Gotcha.
it's for everyone. Working backstage, that was one thing I saw. We were taping, gluing, shaping, and tying, and just we were making this sculpture. It wasn't like that already. We were making it.
So not for the entertainment industry, because we know they go to extreme measures, you know.
Oh no, don't faint. Don't faint.
Don't faint.
Don't faint.
No, you don't want them to faint. So for the everyday person, what are your top three recommendations for shapewear? Like
So
must have in your closet.
the brand is called Shop Jahara. She has amazing shapewear. And I actually like hers because they shape, but there's mesh in certain areas for your body to breathe. So it's not just this tight conformed
I've
figure.
seen that. Because you don't want to necessarily, let's say, flatten, a nice shaped booty, but maybe you want to tighten up the sides a little bit of the tummy, but you want that booty to breathe.
Exactly.
So it's called Jahara, Jahara.
Yes, Shop Jahara. Mm-hmm.
Shop Jahara.
She has a wide assortment, short ones, long ones, one that cover up your legs, strapless, tanks, a lot to assort from. Also, as we know, Skims, she has a really good one too. She has, she has a one leg one, so if you have a slit in your dress, like
no. What's it called?
Skims, yes.
SKIM?
SKIMS.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's a very popular one right now.
Okay. So do you recommend wearing shapewear like with pants?
Yes, absolutely. So that's also going to help with the waist and flatten up your side panels, and just smooth it out. Sometimes
what I've gone across is sometimes you see the line, but I probably don't buy expensive shapewear. I just buy something from Target,
That's one thing I will invest in because it actually will hide all those lines and crevices, especially if you're not all of us can afford, the best fabric slacks. And, so those materials shouldn't tend to show everything on your body, cellulite, all that. So the shapewear will actually smooth out your skin too and make the pants look a little bit more luxurious as well.
Nice. Mm-hmm. So it sounds to me like shapewear is, really right up there with, I know some stylists I've, researched, they always recommend to have something tailored, for that custom fit. Is that something you recommend a lot as well?
I do recommend tailoring. Yes. Especially today, since we're shopping online, you don't know where you're going to get. A small isn't a small on everybody. A medium isn't a medium on everybody. Some people are combination. You have a small waist, but a medium rear.
Right.
So tailoring will always give you that perfect fit, the perfect snug. Like they're breathable, they fit, and like I said, that will add to the luxurious level of it because fit is a really important thing when it comes to luxurious brands, the way it fits. And we all can't afford that. I can't afford that. Right. But you could get you a very nice pair of slacks and tape it to your body, and they will fit you like, and they will look, give off that presence.
Give that, yeah. So you get the look for less. Yeah.
Exactly.
We like that. We do that in staging a lot. We want the look. We don't care if the sofa is particularly comfortable as long as it looks amazing.
Right. That's all that matters.
It's the visual, the art of the visual, right? Impact. Exactly. So is there anything else about shapewear that you'd like to talk about before we go into the next topic?
So also for all my women out there that are married, when you try it on your bridal dress, that's shapewear in that. That's corsetry. That's the reason why your body looks so conformed and smooth. So if you never tried it before, but you are married and you had that dress, that's what that was. That magical moment when you felt like your body just looked so together and so smooth. That's all, metal, pieces going all throughout it, the corsetry, the way that's all shapewear. So I just want women to get in the mindset of it being a part of your lifestyle and your undergarments, and going
and they
that.
probably make it comfortable now, don't they? It's not like the
Yes,
15th
it's
century
not the
like
form I can't breathe, situations anymore. Mm-hmm.
Well, there. I don't know if you ever heard of a fainting couch, but the antique fainting couches. That's how they came about. Little tidbit trivia, because the women were pulled so tight by their dressers that they would often faint.
Yes.
Crazy what women do to get
Yes.
that shape, right?
Yes.
So, what about, before we leave the magic of shapewear, what's your favorite, and for the top part, for bras? Because I know there's and I'm always looking for bras, and you have to spend a fortune, but that minimize, they give you the support, but minimize that you're not just like spilling over, and or you want that opposite, push up, make your double A's look like these or whatever. Do you have a favorite brand or any tips on that, on the bra side?
So on the bra side, it's actually, it's a part of shapewear, but on the outside, you get kind of into taping. Like there's tape that you use to pull your breast up to hold it in place in certain situations. There's metal underwire that we could put under for certain, blouses and dresses. We have pasties when something's backless. We have bras that cut off right
at. Let's talk about tape. I have purchased those, stick with it with the double D. They do not work. I'm going to tell you that right now. And they should put a disclaimer on that. If you're bigger than a certain size, that tape's not going to hold.
It will.
Really?
It will. I work with a private brand, so I can't tell you the tape, but it works. It definitely works.
So I guess it depends on the brand. So can you share some tips with our viewers on, what to, like a couple other brands that work or something? Because there's so much out there. You don't know.
There is, I can't think of one right off the top, but they sell it at Joann's. They sell it at Walgreens. It's clear. It's double-sided tape.
Oh, double-sided.
So we're talking about a different tape, but double-sided tape works also as well, because you could tape that to your clothing and then tape it to your chest to perfectly put it where it needs to be to stay all day.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. So you're getting double duty there.
Right. It can be on both sides.
Gotcha.
And it's sweat-proof too.
And sweat-proof.
You should add to your.
I like that. Because there'd be nothing worse than you're taped up, and then all of a sudden.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, one side's not taped.
They'll slip out.
Yeah. Well, a lot of great information on the shapewear. Real interesting history and everything as well. So, and for ladies who need to hear it, shapewear is not just for the, for the
full figure. It's for
figure ladies. It's for everybody to really beautify and enhance, your shape to your liking. So let's go into my favorite topic here, and that is the vintage finds. And yes, is it?
Yes, because I feel like vintage gets such a bad reputation. It's it's low end, it's cheap, it's nasty. No. Here's the thing. There's a fashion life cycle. What is in today will be out tomorrow, then in again.
Yep.
Every time a trend comes, I'm going straight to the thrift shop because I know I will find it there. And it may not be a trend that I want to fully commit to, but I could spend $3, $4, $5 on it, incorporate it for a little bit, and then that's it. It's amazing. And you find the best denim. The best denim is so thin these days, and it's not
the vintage thick because it doesn't have elastin or lycra in it.
Yeah, it's amazing. And leather jacket. Yes. You will find the best, because I don't know how, quality just started going really, really down, but you could find some really amazing pieces.
Well, stuff in the day was not mass produced in, all these foreign countries.
Mm-hmm.
It was USA made, and they didn't use all these other substances, and
Mm-hmm.
materials. So let me ask you, on the vintage side, do you find yourself typically just like taking a vintage piece and pairing it with something that's today, for that that nice stylish juxtaposition, and or do you do what I have done, and that is I have bought things for the beautiful fabric and repurposed or refashioned or had them
Yes.
redesigned or made into something else? You probably do both, right?
Yes, so that is very true. I do that with denim as well. I would buy a whole bunch of jeans, cut them up, resew them a new way. I'm sure you've seen like the new phase where they were like crossing the denim jeans and making like new silhouettes out of it and stuff. So that's also something that is very useful.
Do you sew as well yourself, or do you get a
Yes,
seamstress?
I do. So I will play a little bit with a needle and thread. The sewing machine is out, but I will play with a needle and thread.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that's kind of hard to do with that real thick jean stuff. But yeah, I mean, but heck, you can take something and cut some jean off and do a jean cuff or a jean, I mean, really the sky's the limit on how you can embellish and take those really superior fabrics from vintage, clothing and so forth. Yeah. And,
Yes.
yeah, my mom used to get mad at me when I would go thrift storing, but
no. And now there's luxury.
I mean, now it's okay and it's chic, but she came from a very poor family and it was considered you were poor.
Exactly.
But I was always kind of out there, and I mean, I can remember in junior high having a velvet black cape with bat wings and these really funky boots, and to just be unique and different. I was in theater and drama, and I found them at the Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love going to thrift stores. I mean, even to this day, because you just never know what you will find, the serendipity of what you will find. Yeah, especially.
I still go.
What's that? Oh, me too. Oh, me too. Whenever I can, absolutely, whenever I can.
And there's luxury consignment now as well. So they're taking over the whole thrift shop game too, where you say you do want to splurge a little bit on, that designer piece. Now you could go on.
And especially with, what do I want to say, luxury clothing and so forth like that. It's like it might have been worn once, and the lady's you're not gonna wear it again if it's been seen once. You're not wearing it again, and you paid a lot of money for it.
In my mind, I feel like the husband would buy the wife a pair of shoes or a purse, and it just wasn't her style, so she would, without hurting his feelings, just give it to consignment. That's always the story in my head I have.
And I'm sure that happens too. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sure that happens too. Or you do like me, you get a great deal, and then you have too many great deals, and you don't wear it.
Right.
And then you don't like it anymore.
Exactly. And that day you wore with it. And that happens with a lot of women that go to the galas and stuff. It's the one dress, and then that's it. It's over.
You're not going to wear it to another gala or a fundraiser or anything. It's been seen. Yeah. I think there's a place, you're probably familiar with it, in the Woodlands, that's nothing but gowns, pre-owned or what have you. And I think you can rent them also.
Yes, which is really good.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of it? I forget the name of it.
I think it's the one I know of. I think it actually is called Rent the Dress, because my friend, I remember in high school, she rented a dress for prom, and that's what she did.
Yes.
And I believe it was in the Woodlands, if not Woodlands, Oak Ridge area, unless there's more than
yes, I think it is Woodlands, Oak Ridge. And yes, if they do advertise, it is the same one, Rent. I ended up buying a dress and then having it altered and then not wearing it, and it's sitting in my closet. So I one of the things that I want to do is to gather up some gowns and donate them. I think there's one place called Dress for Success I used to donate to. I think they relocated. Is there any other places that you know of, not just Dress for Success, but where you could donate for like gowns and things like that?
I actually just kind of find the little huts in my area, you know, the little where you pull and you just throw stuff in it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I have in my mind that I do give away luxury stuff to them. I would love to, you know, see somebody who maybe can't afford something and just magically find this piece.
Yes.
And just, you know.
Absolutely.
So
And that's what I wanted, you know, maybe because it kind of brings back, I was on my own in my senior year, and it was a long story, but it was actually a teacher who had given me the money to have a friend of mine to make my dress for the senior dance. Yeah. And so, you know, that always touched my heart, and I was never able to locate her through the years to thank her and tell her how much that meant, etc. But yes, I think that would be a really good cause. So, you know,
yeah, I always thrift it for fun, but I would see people in there who this was a part of their lifestyle. So yeah. I just would love to, you know, one day, you know, there's a mom or a child or something that just comes across like this, like amazing, like designer or like well-known piece, and they're like excited to give it to their child, or, you know, for that matter. I would love everybody to have a chance to touch this, to feel this.
And another place, go ahead.
I moved to Texas when I was 10, and I wasn't fancy schmancy at all, and I ended up zoning in an area where it was in the Woodlands. I didn't even know what Abercrombie & Fitch was. Like, but when I tell you, I tried on that sweater for the very first time, I was like, whoa, that's what real material feels like. That's what a snug, like, that's what thick, nice, like, material
luxurious fabric. Yeah,
exactly, something luxurious. So I want to give that to as many people I can, you know. Yes. Just pay it forward, you know.
Exactly. There's a place that we donate a lot to. It's called Something Special. It's next to Costco, and I always, you know, you go in the back, they unload it for you. All the proceeds go to battered women, and of course I always park the car and go in and to see what treasure, because I've found many treasures there as well, you know. So yeah, that's another great place to donate to, and I tell people about that quite a bit. Well, we are right about at the 30 minutes. You have shared so much valuable information, Jada. It's been just a blast. You know, our format has changed from all things real estate to all things home, and we certainly do style our selves for the day in our home. And you, as a personal stylist, of course, go to the home. So if someone wanted to find out more about your services, what's the best way for them to reach you?
So right now my website is under construction, but you can reach me at my email at thehuenude@gmail.com. I'm very on it, and will contact.
So it's the Hue Nude.
The Hue Nude. So HEU, like a spectrum of colors, and then nude, NUDE. The idea behind it is a hue of nude, so it's everyone. It's every shade of every person.
Oh, I like it. And what about a phone number? If someone would just give you a shout on phone.
Yes, I could be reached at 917-994-5060.
Awesome. Repeat that one more time.
917-994-5060.
Awesome. And do you work all over, or just the Woodlands, or what's your kind of area?
I'm open. Right now I'm in the Woodlands, but I'm open to traveling.
Okay. Perfect. And what about online? Do you ever do online?
Yes, I have.
Maybe someone's watching this from out of state. So you do virtual.
A Zoom meeting, and we have an online service as well. It just won't be as in depth, because I won't be able to actually measure you and like get a full, you know, analyze of your body. But we can still make it work online too. I'm here for the girl.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And thank you for watching. If you know anybody who is would love this information, please do share it. And as always, stay hopeful, stay positive, and thank you for staying connected to Jada and I today. Have a super weekend. Go out and make it a great weekend. And pay it forward. Bye.